or some other fish. Maybe a big crappie. Got him. Holy crap. This is the biggest one. This is the biggest one. This might be my PB. All right, we got a fish on. And this is a bigger crappie or some other fish. Maybe a big crappie. My buddy Cody just left. Ooh, I don't think this is a crappie, the way it's pulling. This could be a walleye maybe. Or a pike. Ooh. Oh, it's a walleye, buddy. Nice walleye. Huh? Look at that fish. Nice walleye. Look at this fish. Yes, sir. Let's get a measure on it. Ooh, that's a good sized walleye. 20 3/4. All right, so this is just over 20 1/2 in Fish Donkey, considered a 20 3/4. We're gonna go ahead and let her go to live another day. I've got a few crappies, so I don't need this one. Whoosh, and there she goes. All right, so I just wrapped up a live stream with my buddy Cody Hill. He invited me out to this lake. We did a live stream. Check that out. I'll link it up here in the cards on the channel so that you guys can see that. We got into some nice crappie tonight. There are still a bunch of fish on my screen. It is like 10:30 at night. Just caught that walleye. I literally came in here just to talk about it. There's another fish on the screen. I need to get some memory cards going, but we are overnight fishing on this lake. I'm not gonna leave until morning. Supposedly there's a decent night bite. We're gonna see if we can get into it. That walleye shows that is highly possible. So let's get that line back down there and let's see if we can't get into more fish. Get maybe a couple more cameras going if the fish keep coming through. Try to get this Livescope hooked up too. Stay tuned. I just dropped my minnow down further on my other dead stick rod. I've got just 2 dead stick rods right now is all I'm rocking. And so I'm gonna get this red minnow back down there. And yeah, I think my back will be fine. That was crazy. I had it up, then he got off and I shoved him to the side of the hole and then I grabbed him, pulled like a zillion muscles. That was a nice walleye. We haven't seen any walleye at all while we've been out here. We've seen perch and crappie. And so that was really nice to see that happen for us. So yeah, so let's see what else we can get into here. Trying to get this fish up. We got it. Big crappie. Just making some dinner, making a pizza here. Look at this crappie. Let's go ahead and get a measure on it, huh? 11.5 plus inches. All right. All right, now I'm gonna eat my pizza and drop another line down and try to get some sleep. If we wake up to another fish, I'll turn the camera back on, but I'm hoping to get a little sleep. It is 12:30 in the morning. I really need some sleep so we can get up, get that morning bite, and then figure out our plan for tomorrow. Stay tuned. We're gonna get this fish to eat. You ready? Got him. It's probably another crappie. There we go. Holy smokes. This guy is freaking huge. Giant. Oh my gosh, we gotta turn the light on. Look at this crappie. Woo-wee. 12.25. All right, we ready? Look at this thing on my arm. Almost 12.5 inches. Just a ginormous crappie. We're gonna let it go. And down she went. Just like that. All right, let's keep going. I finished eating and I'm just sitting here getting ready. I was thinking like, I'm gonna go to bed and the fish just keep coming on the screen. So I guess I'm gonna keep fishing. I can sleep tomorrow, I guess. All right, let's go. Good morning. I'm out here in Otter Tail County in the Core Ice House. Today, we're gonna do a 24-hour challenge out here on this lake. I made a decision, I'm staying on this lake. I got out to this lake late in the day yesterday, and today, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit here because I'm seeing some fish on the screen. I'm gonna see if I can get into some nice crappie, some walleye, and then if it's a little bit slow this morning, I'm gonna go hop around, potentially even outside hole hop with a GoPro chest mounted in like a portable setup if it's nice enough out. Otherwise, we'll skid the shack around because this is the skid house wheelhouse combo from Core Ice House. So I can't wait. Today is gonna be fun. We're starting right now at just before 9 a.m. and we're gonna go until about that time tomorrow to make it a true 24-hour challenge. And then tomorrow, I'm out here fishing for a few days, so maybe we're gonna go hit another lake. Who knows what we're gonna do, but I'm hoping to get into big crappie, walleye, and who knows what else. Let's get into it. All right, so we can see the batteries in the house are at 35% after having been out here for probably 20 hours. I had a lot of stuff running yesterday. I'm gonna go grab the generator and top her off. That way she's good to go by evening, because I like for that night bite not having to have the generator. And especially if I'm hopping around today, I don't really mind if the generator is going over here. So let's go run to the truck, get the generator, and get it hooked up. Alright, time to get the Jenny going. Hopefully it starts right up. Okay, that's open, that's off. We'll start. There we go. I hurt my finger putting things in and out of the truck, and I was like, gosh, I stubbed my finger, but no, it's bleeding. I got that pretty good. So let's just go ahead and get some food going. What do we got in our care package? So this is our fridge. Isn't it lovely? It's a cooler. So our breakfast #1 item is gonna be a Choi Bonnie flip. I haven't had one of these in forever. It's not frozen. So the cooler I leave outside, I got a pack of ice in there because I've got some things that are supposed to be frozen in here, then some things that are supposed to be refrigerated. Ooh, orange juice. Who doesn't like a little bit of orange juice in the morning? Really good when you're out ice fishing because you seem to get really dry, and I don't have a tendency to drink enough water. What I'm trying to do is drink Mio to get more water. Do we have a fish on? Or is that just the minnow? All right, that's gonna be our breakfast. I've got, I think, a protein bar in the cabinet. This is my hand washing station. So I got this, couple of these I brought with, and I just filled them up with water at home. And then this is just a pump that goes inside of it, and you can wash your hands, wash your dishes, whatever. When it gets a little bit full, just dump it outside. Towel to dry my hands off with. Because this doesn't have running water, but you don't really need it. Just wash yourself up pretty good each morning. Here we go. Boom. All right. It'll shake up a little better for tomorrow. Let's get it back in the cooler. And then let's put this guy back outside. Boom, just like that. We got a sweet and salty nut cashew granola bar, Chobani flip yogurt, and some OJ, baby. All right, we're only getting tiny perch all over the screen in here, so we're gonna go up shallow. I've got the Garmin unit that you can see here on the Summit Shuttle all set up. I got a GoPro on it pointing at me, got the chest mounted GoPro. I got one rod, the auger's already outside. I just gotta grab my battery here and drink my coffee. we're gonna go see if we can find some of these crappie or bluegill or perch or walleye or pike or whatever we can find up in the weeds. I've got a tune-up custom rod, bullwhip 32-inch, and I've got the spoon on it that worked well last night, which was the tiny Rattlemaster from Acme. I'm not gonna be able to glow it up out there because I'm not gonna bring a glow thing and all that, but I've got waxies on it, and then I've got a bucket of waxies here in my pocket. So let's get out there. I'm gonna slam this thing. We're gonna go try to find some fish. If we have to, we're gonna move the house. Otherwise, this I know is a spot that can produce at night. So I'd like to get a little shallower if that's where they're gonna be on that weed line. I can't see it in forward view on the Livescope, so I gotta get further over. So we're gonna hop around outside. The real field temperature is about 31 degrees. It's about, I think 39 temperature. So I'm not super bundled up, but I got enough on where I should be warm. So let's get out there. All right, let's pop our first hole here. Still in the deep area. We got some fish around here. Probably all those small perch again too. That's what it's feeling like by these nibbles. So I'm out here trying to find a spot, and look at this, bald eagle's nest. Zoom in, you see him just sitting up there? There he is, hey buddy. How's it going? Oh, here's one darting over. These look like small perch too. Yep. A little perch. So where the heck are all these crappie at during the day? They must be out on the main lake area. I wonder if I should have gave that to that eagle. Maybe we'll try. That'd be kind of fun. Will that count as one of my perch against my limit for the day? I think it will. Another one bites the dust. Let's see if we can't toss this over towards the eagle. This is what we're dealing with here. It's probably a 3-inch perch. Oh, we'll see if he comes down. Oh, we ain't finding nothing out here. There were some people by me. I think they left without anything. Yeah. See if anything's in the house before we go wander across the lake just to find out that there's maybe some here. A crappie I gotta clean up still today. We'll eat those maybe for dinner. All right, so we got a bunch of tiny perch down there on the screen. I hopped around outside. There's just tiny perch everywhere. I could go all the way to the other side of the lake, but I'm not gonna because I know that this lake has a pretty decent night bite, which I experienced last night. I was told that this may not be a good day bite lake, and I think I'm finding that out. The lake gets to pretty deep, a pretty deep couple spots on this lake, and I obviously don't wanna go fish those and get below 30 feet because I'm targeting crappie, walleye, perch, and so I don't want to run into any barrel trauma issues. So I'm not intending on harvesting anymore. I've got a few crappie here. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crappie that I need to fillet up, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. These are from last night. I'm gonna get them filleted up, cleaned up. We're gonna do a catch and cook later today, but I'm gonna get them cleaned up. Unfortunately, I can't put the cleaning footage of me, filleting and cleaning the fish on YouTube due to the restrictions, but we're definitely gonna eat some crappie and get into catching some more later on. Here we go. Got them all cleaned up. That's 5 crappies. Cleaned up, rinsed off, sitting in some salt water. I'm gonna let them sit in there a little bit because they did sit and freeze overnight. I filleted them. I'm gonna try to get some of the bloodlines out, and that's the way that you do that. Give this maybe 5-10 minutes here, then I'm gonna rinse them off one more time just with fresh water, and then they're gonna go in a Ziploc with a little bit of water, throw it in my cooler for later when we cook it up. Got the oven going. We're gonna probably do some pizza rolls, I think is what we're gonna do. And I got my Mio. It's one of my favorite flavors. This is the Mio caffeine and B vitamins strawberry pineapple smash. Oh, here we go. He's lurching in. He knows what he wants. He's coming for it. He's taking it, it looks like. We got so many fish in here right now. Just need one of them to engage, please. Got him. I think this is a crappie. Yep, oh, that's a good size crappie too. Holy Hannah banana. That's a big crappie. Look at this fish. Holy smokes. Wow. Let's get a measure on it. Tail closed, just under 13.5 inches. Tanker. All right, let's get a video of her going back down the hole. All right, let's see you go. Adios. Shut your mouth. Whoosh. And she's gone. And she's gone. Wow. That was an awesome fish. All right, let's catch this other guy who's clearly interested in my other minnow here. I think this is a walleye. Come on back, buddy. He's gonna take it. He's gonna take it. He's gonna take it. He's gonna take it. Does he have it in the mouth? Bail's open. I think he took it that time. Yep, he's got it. I need him to swallow it a little. Eat it. I don't want him spitting it out. Got him. Got him. Whatever it is. I got him. Woo-hoo-hoo. I think this is a walleye. Oh, head shakes like crazy. This could be a burbot. It's either a burbot or a walleye. Don't see him on the Livescope. Okay. He is not happy. But I don't know. Like, this is the first time I've ever fished this lake yesterday. So I feel like I don't know if there's burbot here. I imagine there would be. There he's going. There he is. He's still down there at 25. We'll wear him out. It makes the fight at the hole a lot easier if we wear him out. This is a tuned up custom rod dead stick. So it's got, you can see it's got a really nice tip to it, so we can keep it tension on him into a strong backbone. So we can let him, if he wants to run, he can run. Oh my gosh, it's big. Is it a pike? I can't tell because of the light reflection, but it's a big fish. Almost looks like a pike. I was hoping for a big walleye, but we got a pike instead. Here we go. Here we go. That's a pike, huh? Now we're talking. Pike town, baby. Woo! All right. Let's get a measure on this guy and get him back down there. Just over 29. All right, buddy. Let's see you go. Whoosh. And just like that, off to see another day. Yes, sir. Back to back. All right, we got to get our lines back down. We have both lines out of the water. This is a problem. Got to keep those lines down there. Man alive, this is great. All right, I didn't think that was gonna be a pike the way that it was moving, but geesh, that's great. All right, let's get this thing entered all the way. The night is looking good. So the day bite on this lake, basically non-existent, just a ton of small perch. You can go out into the big holes, but you're not gonna find them out there. This is what we're here for. I took a nap this afternoon after I scouted around, so we're gonna stay up late. We're gonna get into these fish until the fish stop. But I gotta get lines down because it doesn't do me any good to be sitting here talking to you about how great the night bite is if I don't have any lines down. So let's go ahead and get rigged back up. So line number one, what we're working with here is this guy. So we've got a small treble hook with a split shot above it, and we're gonna put a minnow on it. I had a rosy red minnow on one and I had a little shiner on the other. We're gonna see what we can get in my hand. The treble hook on these glow. So we're gonna glow it up here. You can kind of see they do glow a little bit. Actually don't know how well you were able to see that glow, but we're gonna get this guy back down there. There was a point there where we had 3 fish on the screen and it was just trying to get whatever we could to work there. All right, so that's line 1. Line 2 is very similar. Yeah, my line's pretty beat up from that pike, so we're gonna take it off. So we're gonna do that right now. This is one of those reusable split shots, so we don't gotta go and get another one. Just gonna cut off the bad part of the line, and then we're just gonna retie it back on. So I'm gonna pull a little bit out here. There we go. Throw that over there, because I can pick it up and put it in the trash. The reason why I'm doing this is I may not have ever had any issue with that line, but it's just not worth it, right? If you get a nice big fish on there, what everybody wants, the last thing that you want is to get it bitten off or break off, all because you didn't take 2 minutes just to retie when you noticed your line was in rough shape after a fight like that with a toothy critter, where it's brushing up against the edge of the hole. I've got metal rings in these holes, but you want to make sure you're not up against the holes on the sides when you're coming up to help protect your line if at all possible. All right, and this is, it feels like 6-pound test that I got on here, which is really good for what we're doing here tonight. All right, so let's get this split shot back on. And I'm not putting the split shot very far up. I'm putting it like 1/4 of an inch above, so that way it's all part of the same presentation for our fish. So there she is. That's what we're working with. And now we're gonna put a minnow on here. Looks like we're gonna put a shiner on this guy as well, because that's what came out of the bucket. I gotta figure out where this other one's at in the water column here, and then we're gonna wipe our board up. And we are going to get a new rig. Oh, he didn't go down really at all. He's still at the top. They're both still at the top of the water column. Gotta get both of them down there. That split shot does a world of work for us, because without that, we would be in a different situation where these fish would just try to swim away. The split shot's doing 2 things. It's holding that fish from being able to go too far to make it easier eat for the target fish, and on top of that, it's also allowing us to get to depth quicker and easier. All right, so what we're gonna do is try the clam time bomb in place of this rod. Why, you ask? All that I know is neither of them are catching a fish right now. And so I'm gonna leave my dead sticks for later, at least one of them. We'll leave one of the dead sticks down. This one can get clam time bomb, time to do work. We're gonna put waxies on you, because I know waxies worked last night. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. We got some stuff going on here. Let's get this guy down there. Look at these fish. I think this is a crappie. We're gonna see if the clam time bomb can hook up. We're hooked up. We're hooked up. Crappie town. Let's go, buddy. Nice size crappie. Woo! Time bomb spoon's doing the trick again. Good old trusty back at it. Literally just drop this thing down. Let's get the light on here. This is a great lure for all species. One of my favorite walleye lures, actually. This guy right here. Woo! Is a nice crappie. Let's get a measure on her real quick and see what we're working with. Check that bugger out. 11.5 inch crappie. I'm not harvesting anymore, so we're gonna go ahead and let her go again. Have a good one. See you later. Shut the mouth. Let her go. And that one was only at like 10 feet down. Clam time bomb doing the trick. So let me load it back up with waxies and I can show you how this bugger works. But you saw that thing, as soon as it came down, it's like, I want that in my mouth, which is always good when you hear people say that. So this is what we're working with here. Clam time bomb spoon. We can see it's got this heavy lead, I think it's lead bead at the top here. You've got a nice little red bead in the middle. You've got a brass clanger thing with a treble hook. You got an epoxy treble hook on there. And then I just loaded up with 3 waxes, 1 on each treble hook, and then glow her up, because these do glow, most of them at least. Some of them don't, but I've got a ton of these guys. And you can see the chartreuse on the back does glow. I'm gonna drop it back down. So what's nice about this is you get that dangle action out of it. You get the clanging in the water, so it makes noise. You get the glow, plus you get that nice little treble hook with the epoxy on it. So I gotta beat 13.5 for crappie. We got some fish up here higher in the water column. These are likely gonna be crappie, would be my guess, or little perch. We're dealing with some of these little perch last night too, which are kind of a pain, but I think half the battle when you're picking out lures and what to use is understanding the lures that work with your fishing style. Because I think all lures can work great for anybody, but it's everybody jigs a little bit unique. They have a different pattern, they have a style that they like, and certain lures work better for certain people that have those tendencies or those that muscle memory down. And so I think that that's more to do with what lures produce better for some people than others. Like there's some lures that people kill with that I can't do anything with, and vice versa. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Got him. This is gonna be a crappie, I bet. Yep. Another nice one, probably 11. We didn't have the front camera on. Another nice crappie. Hey yo. 10 3/4. Let's let her go. See you another day. See you later. Darted away on the Livescope. What did I do? I just pulled the time bomb up, put some more glow on it. It didn't even need waxies. Saw a little mark, dropped right down to it. Attack. Let's do it again. The other thing I like about the time bomb is how quickly it drops. I drop down there to the bottom because there are a couple of fish down there. They're harassing the first dead stick, hoping they come over to rosy red over here. A little bit easier to bite. That one's a shiner. They might have taken it. Just goofing around with it. Might have taken it now. Got him. I think it's a crappie. It is. And he does have it in his mouth. All right, here we go. Not sure how big it is. We may as well get a quick little measure on it, right? So we got her out, boards here. That'll actually go on up to 11.5. So I can upgrade by 1/4 of an inch. Let's let her go. Shut your mouth hole. Shut your mouth hole. And she gone. All right, it is 10:30 and we're still getting into them. The night is not over. These fish bite all night. I was up until like 1 a.m. last night. Probably gonna be the same tonight. Let's get after it. Oh shoot. We had a fish almost take that one already. Or he did and I wasn't paying attention. All right, we got fish back on already. They like that bigger shiner minnow. And I think he took it. He took it. And he got off. Got him this time. No, I didn't. He got off. It's crazy. It's like I changed back to dead sticks and now they're hitting again. I think they like the minnows, number 1, and number 2, the glow. Oh, we got a fish coming in here. Here we go. Nailed it. He's on. He does not want to be here. But unfortunately, he doesn't have a choice. There we go. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Oh, that's a thick, big one, baby. I don't know how big, but it is big. Maybe bigger than the last one. I mean, it's bigger than the last one, but I caught a 13.5 earlier. This one may be bigger than that. Look at this fish. Whoo! Giant. All right, let's get a quick measure on it. Dang, it is not. But it is 12 1/4 in all of it. So we'll go ahead and get this entered. One more quick look at it. 12 1/4 inch crappie. It's like the third biggest so far in the last 24 hours. Look at that pancake in the hand. All right, let's let it go and see her go down. And she gone. She was out of the water for maybe 30 seconds and I got her 10 to 15 feet down. So it's crazy, right? I'm in deep water, but I'm fishing 20 feet and up. That's all I'm fishing because all those ones on the bottom are just little tiny perch. So did it again with this guy. That was on rosy red. So they go back and forth if they like the shiner or the little rosy red. I'm gonna keep putting rosy reds on this one and I'll do shiners on the other. And that way we can just keep them going. And it's one of those things like the more that I catch, the more that I will catch because 1, you get the scent on your hook. 2, you've got active lines and active fresh bait. 3, I keep glowing them. 4, I'm moving them around in the water column. And 5, I'm paying attention. So there's like a ton of reasons why when you're catching, you have a tendency to build that snowball effect and keep going, which is great. Man, I gotta have a pen or something in, oh, heavier up in the column. Let's pull all these guys up. Here he comes. Got him. Ooh, this one wants to pull a little. Another nice one. Not the biggest. Not the biggest, probably 11 1/2, but just swallowed that minnow. Just like that. These toothpicks are a lifesaver when you're fighting fish. Nice. Quick bump. Bump and go. 11 inch crappie, letting her go. See you another day. Go tell mama to come out. Just like that. Back down. There she goes in the Livescope. Past the minnow on the left. And down she goes. And that one was at like 5 feet when I caught it. It was rosy red again. When I say rosy red, let me show you. Oh, we got 2 more on the screen and they just went away. It's probably out of the cone angle. When I say rosy red, this is what I'm talking about. This is a red minnow. I only know one place to get them. I don't know of any other places. Let me know if you guys know of any places that sell these. There's only one bait shop that I know of. I think he's got it. Yep, got him. Another good sized crappie. 11 1/4. Let's get this jig out and get him back down. Hit that shiner minnow, came up for it. Saw it from down below. Boom. Another one bites the dust. Oh, see you later. All right, that was a shiner. So we need to go ahead and get that shiner down again. All right, so slight modification we did. We got some whole sleeves in. This one actually fits in there because it's melted enough down there. This one not quite yet because we've got a little bit of ice around one of the edges. That may go in. We're starting to get a really cold draft coming in. I had it last night too. Tonight I said, you know what? Let's save a little bit of the propane and not just keep pumping heat through just to overcome that. And so we're good there. My Livescope hole, I don't have one in because sleeve can't fit all the way down in this hole because it's been mostly covered up, so it hasn't melted a whole ton. And then it would be sticking up too high and it would be diagonal, which means the Livescope hole can't work and I don't want it above the hole. And so the way that I do this, if I'm not using a hole sleeve in the hole, I just simply put my Livescope pull down and then make sure that it's low enough that it is underneath the surface, and then I use one of these cat's covers and line up where the wire goes with the slit, and then boom. Now I don't got to worry about that. I'm not turning it non-stop. If I were to, I'd just leave the lid off and put my hand down there. But the nice thing is That way, like when I sleep at night, this is awesome. Those whole sleeves, I'll be able to just slide one of the clear covers over. I'd have to notch these ones because these aren't like the traditional covers for the catch covers. I don't know where they came from. So that's something that I just did here. Now I can already tell there's way less draft in here. If that's a good thing or a bad thing, I kind of want a little airflow, so I might actually open up the roof vent so I don't get a little too warm in here. But yeah, 11:15, we're still fishing. High on the right, 11:37 p.m. We got a fish coming in. It is wailing. Like, you can see it coming faster and faster and faster. And he basically stops at 10 feet. Nope, he's still inching in. This is Screaming Crop Dog. He's screaming in. He sees me moving up. He's like, what are you doing, kiddo? He's gonna eat it, and he did. And I got him. And he got off. Did he get my minnow? No, sir, he didn't. All right, it's about midnight. Haven't had too many fish coming through. I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna lay down, keep watching the screen, and if we see fish, we're gonna try to catch them, like this one right here. I don't know if he will bite. Maybe. We'll see what happens, but I'm gonna try to get some shut-eye. I'm gonna put line alarms out, so that way if anything tugs on these lines, and I've got the bait feeders open on both of these, one with the shiner, one with the rosy red. If something takes these, I will wake up, I'll flip the camera on, and we will be fishing. Let's see what we can get. Our 24-hour challenge to get into some nice sized fish, specifically crappie. We've already been doing great, but overnight I have a feeling we're gonna get into some good ones. So let's see if this guy's gonna hook up here. I think he is trying to eat it right now. He's going up over there. What the heck? Who knows? All that I know is I'm gonna leave this guy then up towards the top. The other one, so we're gonna leave one line, rosy red down around, let's call that 17 feet down. Shiner guy will be right around 7 feet down. And let's see what can hit. So I'm gonna throw a protective cover over each, just in case I decide to go walking around while I'm sleeping. And then we're gonna grab these line alarms. This is what they sound like. Lovely, lovely. And all we gotta do is grab that fine line, throw it there, so when it grabs the line, pulls it out, we're gonna hear that lovely sound of a fish on. And hopefully the ice isn't, oh my gosh, that light, I looked right at it. Hopefully the ice isn't nearly as loud tonight. So, line alarms are set up. That's how easy that is. That's why I absolutely love these things. I don't have the whole sleeve set up. They're not in all the way. The things, I've got some finessing to do to use whole sleeves. This is the first time I use whole sleeves in here. The problem is we don't have any snow, right? And this thing sits so low to the ice, I'd have to trim the sleeves, which I don't want to do because in the future, you'd have a little bit of snow, right? And I probably wouldn't even be using sleeves, but the fact that we don't have any snow means I can't bait. And we've got a crazy draft coming through, so I'm not a fan of that. Generator is off for the night, so we have got silence. We've got the inverter plugged in. We're juiced up. Let's see what batteries are at in here. Let's get a quick Amped Outdoors battery read here and see where the batteries are at. I've had them charging for most of the day while I was also using them. We're sitting at, in parallel, about 82% charge right now. We're draining about 10 amps currently. We've got some amp draw coming, so that's where we're at. Plenty of battery juice for tonight. I've got the heater going. Pillows are gonna go out. I got a fish, I think, coming in here. I literally just started getting things shut off here. He's gonna hit it right now. There's a little bit of tension because he's gotta pull it out of the line alarm. I don't know if he even got it. This has been happening all night with several fish. Come in and look, come in and hit and miss. I might try to jig for this top guy here. Let's see if we can't pull up for this guy. Yep. got him. We're hooked up. Can't see, but it looks like a crappie. Big. Holy crap! Woo-hoo-hoo! This is the biggest one. This is the biggest one. This might be my PB. My PB is a 14-inch. I think this is bigger than that. But look at this crappie. Oh, baby. There's no long arm in this guy. What a tank. Should we get a measure on it? Oh, it's just a thick 13 1/4. Whoo! That's what I'm talking about. That's a good way to go to bed. Show it to the camera. Nice, huh? Look at this guy. Wow. All right, we're gonna let her go. 13 1/4, going back down. See you later. Whoosh. Just like that. She's gone. All right, got the shiner though. Should we see if we can set this one now too? All right, let's go ahead and get this line reset, huh? This guy isn't gonna do anything over here, it looks like. So. All right, got a fish on. Here she comes. Oh, another thick one. Not as long as the last one though that I caught 5 minutes ago. 11 1/2. 11 1/2 is a nice crappie though. Here she is. 11 1/2, letting her go. Here you go. See you later. It's got it. Eesh. It let go. It's coming back to hit it. Look at this. It's coming back to hit it. Oh, I pulled it right out. Sheesh. Both minnows gone. So much for going to bed tonight. You're probably gonna get eaten by this guy that's sitting down there waiting for you. And both of those were at about 10 feet. So guess what? That's where they're gonna go again. Look at all the fish down there. Look at this. It's crazy. I already got one. He got off. I didn't have the bait feeder open. Now I do. Crazy. I think they like it with the lights off. Lesson learned. All right, line's back down. Let's see if we can get a little bit of sleep this time. Good morning. It is just about 7:30 a.m. Just woke up. I had a phone alarm set. The fish bite really slowed up when I put some bigger minnows on. I had little rosy red on there for probably until 3 a.m. and it was just non-stop fish hitting it and then leaving, hitting it and leaving. And I was like, I wonder if I put a bigger shiner on, if we can get a commit by a bigger fish. And I was able to sleep from about 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. here. So I'm up now. I'm gonna go try to put some contacts in my eyes here at least and see. I see a couple fish wandering through on the screen. See if we can't catch a couple more. We've got just a little bit more time left in our 24-hour challenge. Let's see if we can't get at least another something on the board here. We're at the 24-hour mark, and I have to say, I think this was a mad success. We got a ton of good crappie. We saw walleye, we saw pike, The Livescope was awesome and critical. This was the first time I've been out on this lake. I'm probably gonna stay out here, maybe hit another lake. I've got another day and a half out ice fishing, but that is gonna be on another video, so make sure that you check that out on the channel. Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun. Check out this other video right here in the meantime, and until next time, take it easy.